What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here with part 15 of the ultimate 100% guide for Black Myth Wukong. And in this episode, we're going to be closing out some of the side quests and hopefully finishing out chapter 5. We'll definitely be jumping into the secret area as well and facing off with one of the most difficult bosses in the game. I'm going to show you guys all these the best tips and tricks to get everything in this guide, and so if you have been following along, you already know that you'll be unlocking every single portrait, facing off with every single boss, collecting every single curio, finding every secret area, and of course obtaining the true ending. So without further ado, let's get started. We've teleported to the valley entrance, a shrine, so that we can actually close out the horse squai quest line, so we'll be doing that here soon. Just keep in mind that the pathway is filled back up with enemies again, since we've since returned and, you know, kind of rested at the shrine, so to speak. So you can get rid of some of these guys here, but there's a bit of a shortcut we're going to be taking, so go ahead and take out these guys first, and then we'll be dropping down. We don't want to skip everybody, and also we can't drop down too early because of the invisible barrier, so use whatever mana skills you need to at this point in time to get past these enemies quickly. We'll do a jumping heavy attack for this little broham right here, and then from here we're just going to kind of skip past the rest of these enemies, and we'll be dropping down right over here. Alright, perfect. So take out any warm enemies you need to. There's going to be those fire centipedes. The dialogue is actually from the horse squad. He says, "I can rest in peace now." We'll be chatting with him in a few moments. He followed us. Look at that. What an absolute jerk wad. We'll just finish him off like that because I'm fed up with him. I can't believe he followed us that far. The leashing is unreal. Before we face off with one of the more difficult enemies, we'll be taking out... Why didn't he come out? Oh, he popped out a little bit late, that's all. I hear him anyways, I don't see him yet. No, he's just gone. Okay, so we have this tough enemy up ahead. Be mindful of that. And then we have two of the other little bros that will be coming out. Let's go ahead and take these guys out, because they're snipers, I tell you. Absolute snipers. Remember, it doesn't hurt to defeat a few extras for the flame ore that they're going to drop. The flame ore will be needed in a secret boss encounter as well. What's happening here? Oh, he's just like... Oh, I see. You just didn't spawn correctly. There you go. He's dead. I knew something was off. How many times have you guys seen me break the game? Whoops. Alright, just for fun. Just for giggles, that one. Alright. Of course he interrupted it. We use our transformation, knock him down, and just kind of go crazy on him. But we're going to speak into the horse squai here soon, and closing out his quest line. We use our skull crusher. We'll do a little light attack, come just square, square, and then the third one should knock him on his butt. Oh, he dodged it. No worries. De-transform on his head. There you go. He's in a weird spot. Okay. Did he just drop kick me? We'll go ahead and heal again. Cloud step, and then hopefully finish this guy off. Good gravy. Alright. Now that everyone's cleared out of the way, we can speak to the horse squai one final time. Now you see that the prompt has changed to pull forcefully.
It has lingered for you for too long. It's yours now. My journey of life. Freedom. fleeting dream.
Excellent. So now we have the Dark Thunder transformation. This is one of the few secret transformations you can easily miss in the game, so sometimes forcing you to go back through a New Game Plus. But now that we've interacted with the Horse Squire all the way up through each chapter, including Chapter 5, when we defeated the guy that used the, looks like Jared Leto earlier. I forgot his name, the Keeper of the Flaming Mountaintops, I think. We got him out of the way, and now we've freed the Horse Squire's soul. So we obtained an updated portrait entry and a new transformation in the process. So now we can go back to the Emerald Hall, and from here we're going to be going up this pathway and facing off with a handful of new enemies. So first things first, we're at the valley entrance. We need to warp over to the Emerald Hall. The Emerald Hall is where we face off with the enemy that I was just talking about, the Keeper of the Flaming Mountains, I believe. But as we come up here, we'll be facing off with Elemental Cart number 4. And if you follow the steps in the previous episode, the Bull NPC, or the Stalwart Axe, will be assisting us in this particular fight. So what we're going to do is make our way up here. This is the, right up here is where the throne was, where the Queen was sitting and flirting with the Keeper. But we're going to be running up past this here to the left. This is how you move forward through this area. You just head up this staircase. We'll be coming back to this particular shrine after a really cool event takes place, and once that cutscene happens, we'll be returning here for a special skill that you can miss. So what we're going to be doing next is taking out this guy in hopes that he gives us the unique curio. It's the Thunder Flame Seal, but will he be kind? Or will he be stingy? He's stingy. Alright. We have this enemy as well. Got some iframes there. I love that see-through animation. Seeing through is actually a very lore accurate and interesting thing that only a very few of the gods can do. It's pretty awesome. Now here we're going to have another enemy raining down fire upon us. It's a cart, so quickly grab the contents of this chest and rush over underneath that natural kind of bridge you see there. So there's a natural land bridge. Oh my god, right there. It's a tree actually. You're going to go under that and you should be safe. So now we can go ahead and use our immobilization. Do a light attack for this ugly Rhino man. And then we can do a heavy attack combo on his face. Just keep him on his back, he doesn't mind. And as long as you're in the shadow or in the shade, you're safe from the fire rain from that cart. So just wait until it drops, and then once you know you're clear, then you can continue onward. Head up these stairs and you'll notice that the Stalwart Axe Bull NPC is actually assisting with this fight. So let's go on and help him out. This would not happen had we not triggered the previous sequence and actually spoken with him. So activate your mantle, you can use immobilization, and we can just go crazy on him. This is the Crimson Silver Cart. Let's keep him stunned. Remember the heavy attack combos. If you do the focus point combo and hit him twice with 2 focus points, you'll keep him stunned. Just like so. Oh, he got us there. It's okay, everybody hits us every once. You can't no damage every single boss, but if you can, try your best, because it's super satisfying. Now we can finish him off, and that's it. So just one more light attack combo, heavy attack combo here with the smash dance, and he's dead. So that's the Crimson Silver Cart. He's all taken out. We can go ahead and speak with the Bull NPC in just a moment. He's going to be all hyped up. But we can absorb this double will, so feel free to take 2 drinks from your gourd and replenish them with this will we can absorb here. Now we'll be speaking with our guy.
What a great fight!
It was pretty good. It was a good fight.
So I swung my axe.
Oh, hey there. Easy.
Someone fed that unruly boy a load of nonsense. Now he's running amok. Why doesn't the king take action? With his might, he could take down 10 red boys.
Yeah, apparently the bull is the Bull King is incredibly powerful.
I can see the king from here. Stripped of his mount and weapon. I wonder what's behind all this. What else is hidden in this mountain? I feel blind. Blind. We should find the king's mount first.
So he keeps referring to a secret hidden in the mountain and the king's mount. This is referring to the secret area of chapter 5 called Bishui Mountain.
The Bishui Beast is treasured by the king as his own kin. How could it simply vanish?
Okay, now we got the save point. You see on the top right. Looks like we've completed the dialogue. There you go. So now that we've completed his dialogue, we can move on forward and we'll continue up this mountain here. And we're going to be activating the Ashen Pass 3 shrine. So there's been Ashen Pass 1, 2, and now we'll get up to 3. Let's go ahead and take this guy out next. Right in his head. That's gotta hurt. Still not dropping the curio. So funny. I got like 3 or 4 of those in my first playthrough. There's going to be these enemies with the pillories. You can go ahead and take them out. There's one more up here. Really hard to see in this dark lighting, but just take them out with a light attack combo and keep on. Keep on pressing forward. We'll do a jumping heavy attack just to stun this guy here. Immobilize, and then we'll just do a light attack combo from the back. There you go. Watch out because he does swing twice before he dies. And we'll just be coming up this way. So this is going to be one of the last sequences. We get a really good look at the Bull King as well. It's really neat. He is massive, and you see now that he's been injured. Once you activate this next meditation spot, you can get a really good look at it. But this Ashen Pass 3 shrine is actually the second to last, or one of the last shrines we're going to use here. If we continue onward, we'll be heading straight towards the boss. But for us, we're completionists. We don't just rush through these things. So we'll be activating some additional shrines, as well as activating some secrets as well that would otherwise be missable. So what we're going to do is we're going to rest, and then from here you're going to notice that there's a red mushroom. Different, well, I'd say quite obviously different from the ones that we can just naturally harvest. So come around and grab these ones first. The standard purple Lingxi. And this is going to be a boss we can face off with. So dodge as soon as he wakes up. You can use immobilization. Use your Wandering White. We have a shrine right next to us, so no worries. We don't have to be stingy. We're fighting the 9-cap Lingxi Guai. He can be quite a pain. He throws his mushroom hat a lot. Makes him kind of difficult to attack regularly, but he can also deal crazy amounts of poison damage. Just keep him on the, hopefully on the defensive. He's got some pretty decent poise though. But you see all those mushrooms? As he continues to attack us, they're actually going to be growing on us. And there's even something more disturbing you'll find in a little bit once we defeat him. See through again. Love those iframes. It's just a great animation. Get him while he's looking stupid. There you go. Earth Spirit Cap is now in our possession, and we can top off our health and our mana. So we'll absorb his spirit. We get the 9-capped Lingxi Seed, which is the upgraded variant of just the purple Lingxi. And then we have the 9-capped Lingxi Guai Spirit, which we're going to be taking a look at as well. So this is pretty cool. I actually really like this one. And here's something even more unique about it. So obviously, the transformation in particular isn't something that's life-changing, but it does reduce the mana cost of any spells you have, like mysticism spells in particular. What I like, though, what is this? Is the hat right here. Now, when you wear the hat, you actually start losing health over time, but it massively increases the health recovery of your gourd. So you'll also be growing mushrooms all over your body. So it's a really disgusting but interesting cap that I wore for just a little bit, just more for fun. But you do lose health pretty steadily over time. So, you know, obviously it's more of like a very situational. If you're trying to get to low health maybe because you want to activate a certain effect, then it would make sense to use it there. But it's not something you want to have on just all the time, because you'll have to start using gourds more often. So make sure that you do have a gourd that has, you know, 10 uses or so, which we should have the Supreme Gourd by now if you've been following the guide, which is our mythical class gourd. But in general, yeah, it's kind of an interesting hat or headpiece to wear. So really cool, and honestly one of the most unique in the entire game. So alright, so now we're going to be heading towards a devastating section here, and a really cool enemy. Initially I thought that you could use the rock solid transformation to kind of trivialize this entire encounter, but you cannot. Okay, that's the Bull King up ahead. He's all jacked up. We'll get a good look at him really quickly. That's him right there, and he's got a huge wound across his chest, so that can't be good. But he is not very happy. He's hurting right now. I don't blame him. Alright, so now that we're here, you could rest if you want to. It's honestly not a big deal. We already replenished our gourds and our uses, so we're fine. But what you want to do is move quickly to the side towards this enemy here, okay? So we're going to go here. And then we can go ahead and immobilize this enemy and bypass that ball. So you're going to see that ball going back and forth. If it touches you once, you're dead. So you cannot use anything to survive it. So instead we're going to be running from side to side, kind of strategically here to survive the impact. So tuck in this corner here. Enemies are going to try their best to keep you out, so just wait until it comes back, and then we're going to go forward yet again. Cloud Step's going to be your friend here if you need to get an additional, you know, cover some additional ground. But if not, just carefully timing your movements is going to be key. So these guys can be absolute menaces, especially in this sequence here. You want to take them out very quickly if you can. There you go. We've extinguished the fire now. So depending on kind of its location, you're going to want to decide, okay, do I want to go here or do I want to wait? So on this one, you want to go when it runs past you. That'll buy you even more time to move to this area, because it does have to re-center and then start and reposition and move back. So there you go. You're going this way. Now you can move forward this way, and we're going to head towards this little will over here. You can top off your health. Honestly, advise that you do so, because otherwise getting hit by the enemies is not a problem, but the ball will kill you if it touches you once. So it's all the way over there. We're going to wait for it to go back again, and then we're going to run past this enemy. So wait for it to go back. As soon as it starts heading back, that'll buy us some time. So 1, 2, 3, and go. So now we're going to move forward. The rock, or that ball, can actually kill all these rock enemies, so don't worry too much about them. Instead, focus on facing off with this really powerful enemy right here. Hopefully he'll give us the turtle treasure mask. That would be amazing if he did. Nope, he didn't give it to us either. That's fine. Open up this chest, and then we're going to continue along this pathway. You're going to see a wall of fire, and that means we're almost near the end, so that's excellent news. Be careful not to move too far ahead. Just kind of get an idea of where you're going to go next. We're going to try and tuck in between that spot right there. So again, I like to wait for it to go past. It just depends really on whatever you feel more comfortable with, though. Some positions will certainly buy you more time than others, though. Alright, now that we're here, and as we move along the pathway, it's going to continue to kind of reset its starting and stopping point. So on this one, once it comes back, we're going to want to move forward and then get to the next safe point. There's going to be rock enemies trying to push us out of safe zones, so we're going to be right here where this purple link she's at. We can go ahead and grab it, and that dude should be taken care of. This is the flame wall that we're referring to. Now he's opened up a new pathway, so he has a new kind of starting and stopping point. We're going to go to this area next. So if you stop here, you have no time to recover. So wait for it to pass you, and then quickly move and get into this safe zone tucked into the left. There will be a rock enemy here. Normally, oh gosh. Normally he moves far enough out to get hit. There you go. That was actually really close. He got in our way. There you go. Once it comes back, there'll be another rock enemy across the way, but we're going to try our best to make some progress here. We can tuck in here. That pulls the rock enemy out so we can actually destroy him. And then from here, see where it stops. Make sure you're comfortable there. Okay, that's perfect. So as it comes back from the right, then we can run past it. And that'll actually be the final stretch. So let this bypass you right here. And sprint your little tail off. This could be another stopping point if you're not comfortable though. So go ahead and use it. The rock will be, should be destroyed usually, but that's fine. It's not going to be this time. Lovely. We're going to run past and this will trigger the next cutscene, so we're good. That was really trolly. Normally he dies out there, but he didn't go far enough out to get hurt. But she's got the plantain fan, so she's going to actually put out the fires of the mountain.
She must have felt torn between her son and husband. But this iron ball, it just won't stop. Now that you are here, help me drive it away, and I'll let the fan do its work.
Alright, this part is amazing.
Fox, how can you be sure it's even real?
Rest assured, Mother taught me this spell. Only the real fan will answer it.
The bull sounds weak, probably on his last legs. Guess I have to trust you once. I'll get down there and stop the ball and let you.
This part's pretty epic, and actually, I just love the fact that they follow through as in game design wise. So you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Zhu Bajie is dealing with the ball. Ping Ping is dealing with the Samadhi fire. And I'm going to show you guys the best pathway to take and how to get every single secret along the way. You guys are going to love this. So Ping Ping's putting out the fire that was right next to us, the fire wall, and then the fire across the way from Ashen Pass 2 that we found way early on. Bajie's having a heck of a time facing off with this unstoppable, and unfortunately both fell off the cliff.
Don't worry, his thick skin will protect him.
I sure hope so.
Come on, let's save Father first.
Alright, so we will be following her in just a moment, but more importantly, if you look down, I want you to note that the ball is actually down there, right? And if you look carefully, you can actually see that the boar is right there. And you see that there's a chest there, so it's like, that's actually a real location that we've been to. So we're actually going to be returning there in just a moment, and we're going to inspect this ball here, okay? You guys, I just thought the design and the detail to attend, it was so crazy. This is a pathway we can take, and we'll do so in due time. But for now, we're going to be heading towards our little friend. We want to absorb the triple will first. And then we're going to be following the fox's trail over here. So the fox has come all the way down this path when you can just follow her. She's going to actually lead us to the next shrine. This is the shrine preceding the boss fight and the end of the chapter. We do not want to end the chapter prematurely because we still have to explore the secret area and activate that first, as well as obtain the remaining Samadhi crystals. So if we were just to continue down this pathway, we'd skip all of those things. We wouldn't be able to craft a certain staff. We'd miss one of the best armors in the game, mythical materials, and the secret area. So not to mention about 3 or 4 boss fights. So we're going to activate the shrine, and then we're going to stop here. We do not move forward at all anymore, or you'll trigger the cutscene that will force you into a boss fight. So instead, we're going to be traveling to the Emerald Hall, like I mentioned earlier. And from this shrine, we're going to be working our way back up the pathway where the Bull NPC helped us defeat the Silver Cart. So instead of facing off with the cart, because obviously it's now defeated, we are going to see something else. The aftermath of another battle. The battle between Bajie and top takes bottom, bottom takes top. That is the ball enemy that you see there. So the ball enemy that has been kind of chasing us throughout that pathway as we were traversing the mountain, it has a name. And when we go to the secret area, we're going to learn exactly what's inside of the ball. And that is one of my favorite boss fights as well. But as you can see here, we're approaching the ball's final destination. So we're going to take out this mage. Jumping heavy attack, light attack combo. Alright, let me take this guy out as well. You can go crazy because we're going to be warping out of here anyway, so use whatever abilities you need to. And we can absorb this spirit skill. This is a unique spirit skill that most people will miss on their first playthrough. But if you observe it enough, you would want to inspect it like we did. And it was so insane to find this on my first playthrough. I absolutely loved the fact that this was a detail they added in the game. So really, really great game design choice in my opinion. But this is kind of like an upgraded version of the centipede. And it strikes enemies 3 times. So it increases your defense pretty significantly, but reduces your attack as well. So definitely a trade-off that you want to consider if it's worth your time or not. And if you go up here, you don't see Beishui, interestingly enough. He's not here, so that must mean he's okay, right? Alright, now that we are back here, we're going to be warping back to the boss shrine, which was the Fallen Furnace Crater Keeper Shrine. And then we're going to be going backwards towards the flame wall that has now been extinguished. So what we can do is go here, we're going to travel, and then we're going to go to the very last shrine. And instead of going up the mountain to trigger the boss fight, we're going to go down the mountain, down the same path that the fox was leading us. And we're going to go towards the flame wall that was extinguished when Ping Ping used the plantain fan. So that's up. We're going to go down, okay? So it can be a little disorienting sometimes, not the up and down part of it, but like going left or right or knowing which way to go once you warp to a new shrine. So just know that we're going down. You need to head downhill, or down the mountain more specifically. So now that we're here, we're going to work our way back towards where Turtle Treasure was, and we'll be making a left. And as we go down that pathway, we're going to go towards an optimal route that will allow us to get the drop on some of the enemies that would normally be ambushing us. So you guys are going to love this. So as we get or approach this like pillar right here, we're going to be closer and closer to the mountain. But this is where the ball was kind of chasing us all throughout. Just keep working your way through here. It's not much further ahead. Fortunately, the enemies are all dead. And now, when you get to this little pillar here that has all the, I guess all the little faces and stuff on it, we're just going to go this way. And now this would have been the flame wall, but it's now been extinguished. So what you want to do is you want to take note of this pile of rocks here. That's another boss. That's going to be the Flint Chief, which is pretty much the same variant of the enemy we fought inside of the volcano that we fought on top of the magma. But there's going to be a bunch of little adds nearby this time, so you want to take all of them out first. So as you see, if you go too far ahead, you're going to aggro them. So you make sure that as you're fighting these guys, you do not press too far forward. There's tons of these enemies just about everywhere. That is also an enemy, so you want to take him out. There we go. There's a handful of the big ones, and of course there's little ones spread everywhere. We can grab the fragrant vine as well. Remember, there's going to be lots of little goodies like this all over the place. And then we can keep circling around. And what you want to do from this side is go here. You can jump over this again. Completely bypass going towards the Flint dude. Big heavy attack, light attack combo, and then we got the flame mediator sub. Very nice. Got another big guy right here. These guys are annoying. Keep them over here if you can. Trying to wait for my immobilize spell to build back up, but it's fine if he comes this way. Alright, you come over here. If not, I'm just going to freeze you and do this to you. And then there should be, I think, 1 or 2 more little guys. Again, just be careful not to get too close. There you go. Lovely. Very good. Now, if you're careful, you can sneak past it. Hug the right-hand side if you can. And then you can top off your health, top off your mana, whatever you used for that little encounter to clear everything up. And now we're going to be facing with the Flint Vanguard. This is the Vanguard version. He's kind of like the elite version. He's going to have a Samadhi crystal as well. So now we can go ahead and aggro him. Get behind him. And then you can avoid this. You can activate your wind... I'm sorry, not the wind tamer, but the fireproof mantle. There you go. We'll get behind him and then do some light attack combos. Big damage. He hits pretty hard, especially whenever he does inflict the fire damage on you, so just be very careful. Don't take him lightly at all. Keep circling behind him as best you can, though. That's honestly the best thing you can do. And he will get stunned if he receives enough damage, so that right there is a perfect example. Keep him stunned. You immobilized him a little bit too high up in the air. That's fine. He'll come down eventually. Kind of a waste of a cast there, unfortunately. If you feel like you're in trouble, you can use your transformation here. I honestly like saving it for the next boss, but this one's fine too. Not a problem at all. He can usually deal some pretty good damage on you. And it'll allow you to use your Skull Crusher. The ultimate technique we have here. But he's got lots of health. Don't take him lightly. Keep dodging, wait for the big slam. There you go. Since we got Scorched, we want to go ahead and run and heal. Anytime you get Scorched, retreat and heal, because if not, you will find that you'll be taking even more damage than you anticipated, so be patient with it. There you go, big damage. We got the second Samadhi Fire Crystal as well, and then naturally we get the Spirit skill, so we can go ahead and spam our gourd uses, top off, and prepare for the next fight. So, pretty interesting fight. Again, he's just tanky. We've fought several of these kind of golems before, so they're not the end of the world. We got the double will on the cliff already. We can take a look at this spirit skill, and then we're going to head down and grab another will, clear out a little path, and then activate a new enemy. So this is a much better transformation than the Flint Chief. So you see it actually deals quite a bit of damage, fire damage, and stomps like crazy. This was the previous version for the Flint Chief. So a bit of an upgrade, right? The Flint Vanguard is certainly the upgraded version, if you will. Alright, so we're going to be going down this pathway here, but before that, there is a will that we can absorb. Right over here, he's staring right at it, so if you're ever like saying, what is he looking at? If you observe it, you'll notice that something seems off, right? So you can absorb this will over here. Now we can go down this pathway, and I'm sure you saw the chest. We're going to immobilize these guys. I honestly don't like dealing with them. They apply Scorch a little too quickly for my taste. One little hit for the road. Now, normally, a lot of people would be coming up this hill. In my opinion, the enemies kind of get the drop on you much easier. So what we're going to be doing is we're going from top to bottom. And it makes it a lot harder for these enemies to kind of ambush you or sneak up on you. And we're going to be heading towards that chest over there off in the distance. Naturally, there's more bros. Many, many more bros. That one's dead. If you're actually attacking this one right here, the one to the far right won't be able to attack you as you're opening up this coffin, so you can safely open it. And they're not within range to prevent you from opening or interacting with items either, so that's good. Alright. Now you certainly want to have the Fireproof Mantle chi meter full here for this next fight, because you're going to be surrounded by these little centipede dudes that spew fire, and it's really easy to get caught on fire, especially if you step in the kind of like their aftermath. Like, these areas will scorch you if you're not careful. So if you have 4 of the flame ores, it'll be sufficient for you to activate this secret encounter. And this is a different kind of boss fight than what we've seen in the past. There's lots of ads in it as well, so just be very careful. Alright, so now that we're here, we can deliver the seeds. We can activate our mantle, and after she disappears actually, so wait until she comes out. There you go. Oh, we messed up our immobilization opportunity. That's unfortunate. We'll get a big strike in. Now we can activate our mantle, if it lets me. There you go. That's all I've been trying to do. Now that we do this, you're going to wipe out all these ads. Again, this gets incredibly difficult. If you can hold out to the second phase, which is where there's more ads, then that is ideal, of course. Heavy attack, just to kind of take them out quickly. Remember, the Fire Mantle is just a huge boon in this particular fight, but having the transformation available is just as good, so we are in good shape. We are in good shape, even so. But yeah, she's pretty powerful. I mean, she's more than anything, she has incredible fire damage. But if you don't have your mantle, you're in trouble, I tell you. We're gonna heal right here. Take out these little bros. What you can do again is use your transformation if you're kind of concerned. Use your Skull Crusher to cover some ground. This is gonna help you take out as many as possible along the way, so just keep doing this. You might even build up another Skull Crusher while you're fighting one. That's perfectly fine. So there you go. So there's another Skull Crusher right there. We got 2 uses out of it. Now we'll de-transform, and we only have a few left to go, so nothing crazy. Remember, once you get hurt, make sure you use your heal. Uh-oh. We got stunned there. When she yells like that, you'll get stunned, so use your Cloud Step or whatever you have available. We're standing in a fire pit here, so that's kind of why we're getting all this damage inflicted on us. Okay, and then we can heal. I'm gonna do a jumping heavy attack if we can pull it off. That's fine too. Alright, now we just face off with the boss. Use our immobilization and we'll just go crazy on her right here. She keeps interrupting our attack, so just, if you can, use your whatever abilities you have available. Wandering Light is fantastic. And then we can keep running around. We're going to heal, because we're on fire yet again. And then we'll do a heavy attack combo. This should finish her off. There you go. So that, my friends, is certainly one of the more difficult fights. These little hot spots on the ground are honestly what causes the most trouble. Now we can absorb the spirit here. As we're absorbing this, we'll go ahead and run away, get our gourds replenished. And then now we have the Mother of Flameling, so 3 should extinguish the fire. And now we can check out the new spirit skill. And now we have the 3rd Samadhi crystal as well. So we can make a very powerful staff that we'll be using for the secret area, Bishui Cave. So she moderately reduces the cooldowns for all of your spells, and she summons these little bastards that shoot fire. So it's actually pretty interesting. I really like her ability as well. It does inflict Scorch pretty quickly and relatively consistently, so definitely a good one to have. So now we walk down this way. We have full gourd usage, just about full health as well. So looking really good. We've got this enemy up here. Clueless. There we go. We got one of these little centipede enemies. Remember, all it takes is 4 flame ore, and you can even buy them. Say that you're not getting the drops, you can buy 4 of them if you like. This is one of those powerful enemies that we don't like to deal with. Same one that was in front of the horse squad cart. Okay. Just for the sake of, I don't feel like dealing with this dude, and I don't feel like accidentally getting caught by some crazy attack, we'll go ahead and do our transformation. Light attack combo right here. Boom. Big damage. If he hits me one more time, we get Skull Crush, and then we'll be able to finish him off. Very nice. Now we can force the detransformation, and we can open up this coffin here. Alright, we're going to be coming up on another shrine. This shrine is going to be excellent for the next boss fight, because the following boss fight is actually the most difficult encounter of any of the elemental carts. So we have another rock enemy up ahead, and once we take this one out, we'll be safely able to reach the next shrine. So we'll do this, do the cloud step, and then once we get the immobilization, we can activate that, take this one out quickly. Now we can reach the next shrine, which is the Cooling Slope Shrine. Make sure that you rest here, and more importantly, make sure you craft your new staff. We're going to have a staff that deals a pretty beefy amount of damage, I think 100 plus damage. So if we go to craft weapons, let's see here. With the Visionary Centipede Staff, that's one we got from defeating our friend the 100-Eye Guai. It's not a bad one, definitely not, but we're going for a little bit of a different type of staff here. Let's see here. There you go, the Staff of Blazing Karma. This does 100 damage, gives us 40 plus defense and some burn resistance, so this is an excellent one. Not only that, but if you have charged attacks and your smash stance, and you've saved up 3 focus points, you can actually create like an AoE effect that burns the ground. So this is certainly one of the best staffs you can have. And we're absolutely going to be equipping that because it is amazing. So, very good stuff. Very good stuff. So, again, really good staff. This is what we'll be using for now. Our defense has bumped up considerably because of it. So, really exciting. Alright, so now, let's make sure we rest if we haven't already. And then we're going to be facing off with the 5th and final cart. This cart is quite the jerk. So, and it's also kind of led by a really tragic cutscene, in my opinion. The Bull NPC is not going to do too good. We're going to run past this. There's no need to fight these enemies. They just waste our resources, so head straight this way. Sadly, the Rusty Gold cart already has the Stalwart Axe NPC in its mouth, and he's fatally wounded. So he won't be able to help us with this fight. He's going to sit this one out for now. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a difficult fight, so what we want to do is use our resources here. Everything we've got at our disposal. He's got tons of health. Farm up your focus points. Use your fire mantle. There you go. Oh, he grabbed us. Lovely. Remember, fire damage actually heals you, though, fortunately, so none of that's doing anything but giving us health. There you go. 2 slams usually does the trick, so we'll just kind of keep spamming that as best we can. There you go. We got the lava effect too, that's lovely. Glad you guys got to see that. Let's go crazy with your light attack combos for now if you can. Our mantle is just about to expire, so we got to be careful. Build up our stamina just a bit. Do another attack there. I'm gonna use our transformation here just to deal some additional damage and keep him staggered. Once he starts attacking us though, that's gonna be better for us, so we can do our Skull Crusher. So let him kind of do a combo on you if you need to. I wouldn't mind him to hit me one more time. There you go. Skull Crusher is gonna happen right now. He interrupted it because he staggered us, so just keep spamming. We have a little bit more might be able to pull it off. There you go. We get our single use of it, and then we're gonna de-transform right in his face. Very good. We got Scorch, so remember 3 jumps will extinguish the fire. We can heal just to be safe. He can deal tons of damage, burst damage in particular. There you go. Back away, give him some room to think about his life. There you go. When we're behind for too long, he'll actually try and slam into us, which is pretty painful. When the fire dissipates, we can immobilize him, and then we'll go in for a light attack. As soon as we get the Wandering Light, we'll be using that. See if he moves away from it, though. No, he didn't want to that time. Good for him. Okay, now we can heal. And we'll be going in for, hopefully, a nice little smash attack here. Dodge to the side. Light attack combo. Cloud Step when he goes in for the attack. Uh-oh, that wasn't good. Stay on the move here. Dodge when he opens up his arms. We're going to go ahead and heal again. He grabbed us this time. Unfortunately, that's going to deal tons of fire damage. As soon as you can, just keep rolling out of the way and then extinguish the fire. Apply some health. Immobilize, and then we're going to go on for hopefully the final light attack combo. Cloud Step, and then there you go. Rusty Gold Cart defeated. Very difficult boss. He's got tons of health. Alright, so now that he's defeated, we got the Flame Orb, which will just further increase our fire resistance, which is something we may very well need. We've been using poison resistance stupidly for some reason, but you definitely want to change out your curios as you jump into any new chapter. Let's go chat with our friend over here. The Stalwart Axe is definitely not feeling too good, so let's see what he's got to say. He's struggling, but he's still got his pride.
He treated me well. To die for him, I would not regret it. But I've failed, brother. Failing his mission is what I regret. My king must have done something reckless for that dumb boy. The truth, I wager, lies beyond that door. That cursed cart was no match for me. I went easy on it. That's all. Quite a good lad you are. But remember, don't be swayed. Stay true.
So sadly, he died because of his wounds from the his bout with the golden cart. So what we're going to do is we need to top off our health. We'll be warping back to the shrine and then running right back with full health. We got a secret boss fight up ahead. In every chapter thus far, we faced off with a frog enemy. Well, this chapter is no different, but the frog happens to be hidden in the entrance of the secret area right before you activate or teleport to the Bishui Cave itself. So what we're going to be doing is heading through this path here, jumping over the magma just to avoid these enemies, and sprinting. If you remember from the Ashen Pass 2, whenever we're chasing the Fox Squai, That part of the Flaming Mountain has also been extinguished, so you could simply just circle around it, but there's no items on the entire path there, so you're not missing a thing at all. We went down the optimal path that shows you all the items, and although there is an alternate path that exists, it's simply not as efficient. So we're going to go this way and clear the ice, open up the pathway to the secret area, and face off with frog number 5. And this is the reason why I asked you to heal at the shrine, is because this particular frog is even more difficult than the poison variant in chapter 4. The fire damage is pretty considerable, and the enemy they just get stronger and stronger with each chapter, so the frogs only get worse. And just as you guessed it, there will be a 6th and final frog in chapter 6, of course. So do not head. So once you head down here, don't head towards the light or that giant kind of pillar. Instead, if you look off in the distance, you might see the silhouette of a frog. That's what we want to go towards. So save your stamina. Once you are able to close the distance with a cloud step, and then immobilize his ass. And once you do, you can go crazy with the attacks here. Wandering White. Use your fireproof mantle as well. Watch for the kick. Jumping heavy attack when you can. The tongue again is going to be the biggest threat. Fortunately for us though, the fireproof mantle will guide us and protect us through most of his attacks here. Even with the floor being on fire as it is, it won't deal any damage to us because of our boon. Heavy attack combo we can connect. There you go. He's stunned for a bit. If you're ever in a tight spot, you can feel free to use your transformation. There you go. And now the 5th frog has been defeated. We'll go ahead and extinguish the fire. And now we can head towards this pillar. So we got another tadpole. That's going to be an upgrade material for the frog. Let's go this way so we can actually enter the secret area now and go inside the memory where the obsession is lingering. Our armor looks so amazing, courtesy of the pilgrim armor and investing all the materials we had through this entire playthrough to make sure that we get one of the best armors in the game. The pilgrim set is by far my favorite armor, one of the best looking when it's complete, and also one of the most powerful. It's got the highest number of unique properties and stat bonuses, or set bonuses I should say. I think 4 total. So it's an excellent set. Alright, now we are in the Bishui Cave. We'll be heading down this way and facing off with enemies. And when you enter a new area or that loading screen kind of happens, then you can be safe that rest assured that your health and everything's topped off. So if you don't take out these enemies quickly, unfortunately they will start raging out, and you can tell that by the red eyes, so just be careful. They do get quite angry. Don't forget there is a will we can absorb just off in the pool right here, so that'll allow us to kind of top off and replenish what we used. Allow us to keep going too. But we're going to be activating the Purge Pit Shrine here in a few moments. We've got a few more enemies to clear. So just continue on this way. And there'll be 2 more of these enemies. One of them's already aggro, so that's not good. All they do is get a little bit more aggressive, more than anything, but no stronger, a more big, not so much of a larger threat, I suppose. Alright, so we can go in here. Open this coffin. And then we're going to be making our way towards that shrine now. The shrine will be immediately to our left, and once we activate it, as per usual, when you go into a secret area, you do want to check the contents of the store. Check out the merchandise. See if there's anything that might be of use, specifically like rare materials for crafting and things like that. So rest first, then you can check out the store, see what they have to offer. So they have rare material for us right there. Definitely want any mythical class materials. I mean, why not, right? In terms of the cooling powders, yeah, we can buy all these as well. And we can buy these too. And funny enough, you might be saying, why would I need body warming powder? Oh, you'll see. You'll see. Alright. Looks like we're good to go. So instead of heading straight to the left, which is the progression, we're going to go to the right and we're going to meditate. That way we can gain some sparks and just get a brief moment of respite before one of my favorite boss fights in the game. Now remember I told you about the ball that was chasing us up and down that hill. That ball was actually driven by something, or actually several things. 2 things to be in fact. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So with the meditation spot down, we're going to be heading back towards the shrine and we're going to run past it. And then we can actually absorb a will before we drop down, and we'll be fighting the bosses. Top takes bottom and bottom takes top. So we're going to be facing off with the ball, but we're going to see the contents of the ball here soon. The drivers, if you will. And I thought this was so great. I absolutely love this boss fight. For this boss fight, though, I do suggest that you, more than anything, just don't focus on any one enemy. As soon as one of them is available to be hit or struck, definitely attack that enemy. However, the biggest concern is don't let them hit you when they're sliding towards you or they're doing a slam attack. Those are going to be some pretty devastating attacks that you don't want to deal with. So down we go. We can trigger the next boss fight. And there it is. Look at this. It was actually 2 different individuals. Open up. There it is. Look at that. And they use them as shields. It's so cool. Top takes bottom, bottom takes top. So go for whoever attacks you first. There you go. Looks like this one. Nope. Okay, looks like this guy instead. Watch for any of those little swings around. Those are pretty annoying. Whoever is gonna show themselves, that's the one you want to go for. Dodge. It's a little bit of a delay, so as soon as it starts coming towards you, that's when you want to actually go ahead and initiate. There you go. They'll often kind of expose themselves on the side that is vulnerable, so you're good. Don't worry too much about, even if you hit the shield, they'll move it for you. They're kind of user-friendly. There you go. Usually 2-hit combos. They do have a 3rd hit in the next phase, so just be careful. They'll be doing a lot more alternating and jumping slams as well, so just be careful with that. Gonna do a big slam here, and 2. Now once they start going into the next phase, you're gonna want to activate your fireproof mantle, but not yet, because they're not doing enough damage to us just yet. There you go. Keep dodging around. Jumping heavy attack. Okay, now we're gonna avoid this. If you have your transformation ready, be sure that you are ready to transform once the ball starts jumping up and down. There's going to be 3 massive strikes that are damn near impossible to time in terms of your rolling, so I normally just do a transformation to avoid it altogether. So once the ball takes flight, you are going to activate your transformation, like so. Very good. It's because the camera goes so crazy, I find it really hard to dodge. So now they're all tired, that's good. But they're now in phase 2. Perfectly fine if she wants to hit us. We can go ahead and use our Skull Crusher. Big damage. De-transform on this guy. And then now you want to use your fireproof mantle. There you go, so now that he's exposed, we can do some damage. Don't be afraid to use your heals. There you go. And then she exposes herself right there. We can go ahead and do our light attack, heavy attack combo, sorry. Deal some damage here. The brother will come in as soon as she's getting too much damage, or receiving too much damage. So we're gonna go around, heal again. Never a bad thing to continuously heal. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Just manage them, make sure you don't lose all your heals. They alternate faster and faster now. It makes for a little bit more of a tricky fight. Like, who do I target? Who do I focus on? Once she lands, you can go ahead and immobilize and then take her out. She'll be dead now. She's going to stay under her half of the ball. Big damage. Light attack combo and he's dead. So that's top takes bottom, bottom takes top. One of my favorite fights in the game. And he's dead. And so is she. So good stuff. Good job, good job. Alright, so now that we're done with that area, we can head up the staircase. And the funny thing is we already absorbed their spirit skill, so we're not missing out on anything. Good jumping light attack, jumping heavy attack right there, keep them stunned. There you go. Now we can, if you want to, you can absorb the will, or you can top off your gourd, whatever you want to do. I'm going to use one just so I can have a little bit more mana. And then we have an item that we can procure over here. Open up this chest. And then we'll be activating the Cave Depth Shrine here in just a few moments. We got some bros blocking the way though. Feel free to use your abilities. These guys do rage out pretty quickly. They like going all aggro on us. We got the white seashell waist chain. As I mentioned before, these guys do have a pretty rare drop, and we've obtained it. It slightly increases your attack skill. So we'll take a look at it now. This is one of the last ones I obtained on my personal playthrough. So there it is right there. Slightly increases attack. Not a bad thing to have. Always going for more damage is never a bad thing. So continue along this way and we can activate the shrine. This is the Cave Depth Shrine. One of the final shrines in this secret area. We're actually approaching the end before you know it. We just have one final stretch here. Alright, we're going to rest. That'll top off our mana and our gourd uses. And fill up our chi. So we're going to go downstairs. We have a will to absorb just off in the corner. So absorb that and then prepare for a nice little fight with up to 4 of these bros. They all kind of aggro at the same time, so it's kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. They canceled out so many of my abilities, sadly, so we're going to transform here as soon as they let us. And we'll just do damage with our Skull Crusher as they kind of surround us and attack us like... Now, of course, they're being nice and passive. I love that. There you go. Keep attacking me. That's what we want. You guys were so aggressive when I was in monkey form. Now they're not doing anything. There you go. Very nice. We'll de-transform. That'll take him out. And we can worry about these guys. The shielded one's pretty annoying, so we'll take him out next. So many attacks now. He's angry. He's so fancy now. But now he's happy because, you know, he realized that anger wasn't the solution. Alright, so he's no longer an issue. We'll take out this guy that's fighting the rock for some reason. can't see. These guys are just misbehaving, man. Alright. We'll go ahead and top off our health. We can open up this chest, then we have a fight with an elite Rhino enemy. We're going to be getting the Raging Rhino Spirit here really soon. But we got the Bull King's Horn. This is an incredibly rare material, mythical class, and the Celestial Ribbon. So this is the area where we'll be getting tons of Celestial Ribbons and mythical class quality items. Love this area. He's dead after this. I can use a Cloud Step. Go in here. See if we can pull this attack out. Very nice. Go in for the light attack combo. We'll go in for the heavy attack here in a moment. As soon as he strikes us. We didn't get the see-through or the iframe. That's okay. Dodge to the side. Heavy attack combo again. He's stunned, and then finish him off with a light attack here. We'll go for the full light attack combo here. Get the finishing move. Very nice. So guess what? We get to absorb his spirit as well. We'll go ahead and take that after we top off. We'll replenish our gourd uses, top off our mana, and we're good to go. I'll showcase what the Raging Rhino Spirit looks like. It's the Bull Governor. I like my name better. But the Raging Rhino is right here, Bull Governor. This increases your scorch damage. It's a pretty nice, fast acting, fast striking transformation as well. So not bad at all. Alright, so off to the left, you're going to see a will you can absorb. And then we're going to be heading towards the final save point. There's two pathways you can take. Honestly, you can just bypass these enemies, especially if you already obtained their curio. So there's going to be two bros on the bridge here. Instead, just go left, and you can absorb this will, so you can get some additional will, which is our currency. And then we're going to go down the slide. You have to make this jump, though, otherwise they will probably aggro and chase you. So jump, and then do your heavy attack there. Alright, so now we're good. If you continue along the way, bypass all those other pathways and go down the steps, and you can open up this final chest here. Alright. Now we can drop down and open up this coffin here in just a moment. You see it right up ahead. And there'll be another little slide sequence. Just be careful not to... I don't think you can actually take any damage. I've never fallen off, but I just advise you not to experiment. Not this late. So we got another Celestial Ribbon. Excellent, excellent opportunity for us to have more great crafting materials. So jump across here. And then we'll be activating the final shrine of the Bishui Cave secret area. And I'm going to show you guys the very special way to face off with this boss. There are actually 3 arenas that you can face off with the Bishui Beast. And each one that he's in will control the element that he uses against you. So the first corridor that you fight him in will be fire. If you break through to the second, you actually have a kind of a bit of a respite moment of peace, and you can loot some of the secondary area, and then he'll be using ice primarily. And then if you go to the third area, he returns back to fire. I'm going to be taking you through each and every one of those arenas and show you how the boss was intended to be fought. Okay, so now that we're going to rest here, what I want to show you guys, I think it's time for us to travel back to the Zodiac Village so we can increase or upgrade our armor and get some more mythical pieces. So at this point, we should have at least 2 to 3 mythical pieces, and that should be able to complete our pilgrim set. We did the chest, and I believe the legs. So head requires 2 pieces, chest requires 2 pieces, arms and legs require 1 each. So for a total of 6 pieces, you should have sufficient pieces of armor to be able to, or crafting materials, so level up your armor to mythical status. So you can always go by and check those guys out, request your medicines, do whatever you need. Since we don't really use too many medicines anyways, I'm going to just bypass the opportunity for the sake of time. And we're going to go ahead and chat with our friend here. And the next piece that is my absolute favorite is the headpiece right here. So if we upgrade the headgear, look at that mask. It is insane, right? So it's an insane looking mask. Our defense has exponentially increased as well. And then we have the Pilgrim's Wraps. So we should have the full Pilgrim set. So now we have a full set of mythical armor way early in the game. And guess what? Take a look at the set bonus here. So we can sprint while using a gourd. That's effect number 1. Effect number 2 is when we're sprinting, we gain a small amount of focus per second. So just because we're sprinting, our focus bar is going to continue to increase. Our sprint speed is moderately increased. That's unique effect number 3. And number 4, when sprinting, each second moderately increases our attack power. This can stack up to 10 times. So that is the extent of our set that we have here. It's incredible. And look at the unique visual effect when you sprint. This, honestly, is the reason why I kept this on for the remainder of the game. This is my favorite set in the entire game. And I use it all the time. So I hope that you guys will be enjoying it as much as I did. So we're going to go to the Corridor of Fire and Ice in the Bishui Cave. And we're going to be opening up the secret area so we can loot all the good stuff, and then we'll be fighting him in the remaining areas as well, so you can see how the boss was intended to be fought. This is actually really fun. I figured this out on my first playthrough, and I thought it was really neat. One of my viewers mentioned that he could fight him in a different arena, and then I noticed that there was even another similar wall that could be destroyed, and I just continued to go through as far as I could. So if you see off in the distance, that little structure there, it's a pathway that's obstructed by frozen blocks of ice. Well, fortunately, this guy deals fire damage, right? So we're going to be using our Cloud Step decoy to force him to attack this particular area so that we can break through. Alright. This enemy will immediately begin an attack as soon as the cutscene is over, so be prepared to dodge. Right now. There you go. Run towards the this area here and just keep dodging, dodging, dodging. When he gets close, you'll go ahead and initiate the Cloud Step ability. That should be sufficient for him to break through, so if you can see here what he did. Now, get on top of this staircase right here, and you can actually see a unique animation. And you're going to be safe. If you didn't get on the top, you'll be singed by that right there. So, alright, that's phase 1. So that was fire. Gather the fire dates over here. You can get the Awakened Wine Worm, which is the best gift of all, and then we can top off so we can replenish that Cloud Step we just used on him. Alright, good stuff. Now we go to arena number 2. And we're going to do something similar and have him actually go to the next phase. So look at him, the Bishui Golden-Eyed Beast, going crazy, taunting us. He's preparing to actually cut us off at the next pass. This was one of my favorite boss fights just in terms of the mechanics, because you don't actually have to even see any of this, and you may very well miss this. So, alright, so now we're going to go this way. That block of ice he's going to land on is going to actually extinguish his flame. And we can go ahead and actually hit him a few times just for good measure. Now he's all iced out. So we want to go this way, stand in front of this, do the same thing, decoy. Hopefully it lasts long enough for him to actually want to attack it. Come on, buddy. He's not doing it. He's not doing his thing. That's fine. He'll do it. Once he actually initiates his ice powers, he will certainly do it. So just hit him a few times. There you go. Now he's icy. There you go. That's better. Now he'll come over here and he'll extinguish his fire for us, right? You promised. Okay, he extinguished the fire, so now we're going to run through. He's not very happy with us, but that pathway was pretty much blocked off again, so he's going to try and cut us off again. So again, pretty epic fight, right? Very, very epic indeed. Okay, so now we're going to go down here. And he's already prepared to face off with us. He's back to fire now. Now what we want to do is, as soon as we can, we want to activate our mantle and then heal. The mantle's gonna give us that continuous health regen while we're stepping in the fire, which obviously is like his favorite ability to use. He uses like 2 to 3 hit combos, so nothing too crazy. But if you stun him, make sure that you avoid him when he spins around because he'll pretty much re-aggro. And it's super devastating to get through, so watch that big AoE. It's hard to see a lot of his attacks because he's constantly kind of moving forward, but that's a grab attack when he jumps in the air just like that. So he actually missed his grab attack attempt. There you go, big damage. When he gets stunned for real, he'll actually be on his back, and then he'll flail around like a little kid. So, I think he's having a tantrum. There you go. Cut attack combo. There you go. We're gonna go ahead and heal again. That's his grab attempt there. There you go. Good transformation. Now he's kind of on his back here. We can use a skull crusher. When he gets up from his flailing, he will actually hurt you, so just be very careful there. There you go. Not the biggest damage, but certainly I'll take it at this point. This is a tough boss in my opinion, though. You don't want him to stay too far away, because again, he's pretty dangerous from a distance. And 3, usually 4, and then usually he'll breathe fire. If he slams down, he's going to do a huge AoE. And then to follow up with a grab, there you go. Be careful for that. It's one of the least favorite combos I have. There you go. This should stun him for a moment. There you go. He's actually down. He'll flail. And then this one's the one that can hurt you. Right there. He elbows up. Other than that, he doesn't have like the most complicated combos, but he's still quite a jerk, so just don't take him lightly. I'm gonna use the mantle again, or the fireproof mantle. There you go. We're just regaining all of that health while he's setting the whole stage on fire. That's perfectly fine. That's what we want. Fighting him without the mantle is absolute craziness, just so you know. I would advise strongly against it. Throwing his fireballs at us, that's fine. There you go. I'm trying to use a gourd so I could regain some mana. He's moving around a little too much for my taste. Heavy attack combo. He interrupted it. That's okay. It's 4 stomps usually. 4. Heavy attack combo to stun him. Get on his head. That first flail won't do anything, but the second flail does, so there you go. Big heavy attack, and there you go. Bishui the Golden-Eyed Beast defeated. Now we're going to be treated to a unique special cutscene that shows the birth of the Red Boy. And now we're right in front of the corridor that we normally would not know where the heck it's at had we defeated him only in the first arena and not traversed all the secret arenas you could fight him in. So I'll have you listen to this.
Our master bade this child be born, but he never knew my struggles.
How can we but follow the master's word? Rakshasi, you know it was he who made you drink from the river of childbearing.
Shut it. You shall never speak of it. The king knows why I had to drink it. But I haven't glimpsed him ever since then. He made it another reason for his absence.
Rakshasi, your husband shirks dishonor this way. He granted you this cave with his mount Bishui Beast as its sentinel. He's compromised enough for the sake of our master.
You will seal your lips on this. Our family would be doomed if anyone knew the truth behind this child.
Fear not. Master bids me aid you in secret. You and the bull, you will rear this child to manhood. And when the boy comes of age, well, on that day, he will be living proof of the dark deeds of Mount Lingshan.
Pretty nasty little thing. But it's not his fault. So now we're going to go back to the boss shrine, which I believe is the Fallen Furnace. And we'll be heading towards the final boss of Chapter 5. This is, in my opinion, at least during my first playthrough, which was a challenge run where I wasn't able to level or do any, apply any sparks or anything like that. It was the most difficult boss fight for me at the time. It was pretty challenging, in my opinion. I died several times to him. We got the Bull King's Iron Horn. I'm going to run just so you guys can see the rest of the things. We got Celestial Ribbon. And we've got the Bishui Beast bit, so we can make an even extra kind of staff that we normally wouldn't have the ability to do so. Fine Gold Thread for legendary crafting as well as mythical crafting. And Mind Cores. So the interesting thing about all of the things we got here, Taoist Basket of Fire and Water increases our fire and frost damage, so really nice. And that's the end of the goodies list. But anyways, aside from that, one of the things that I did want to mention is that the bull horns are the only material in the game that's a boss material that can be utilized and used up. So if you try to craft something using the bull horns, just note that you will actually use them up. So it takes a new game plus in order for you to have sufficient materials or sufficient number of the Bull King's horns to craft both or not only both, but both the weapon set and the armor set. So the weapon is a unique weapon that goes through one of the crafting lines of a certain staff type I'll show you. But you would need a total of 2, 4, 5, 6 bull horns for that, plus for the weapon itself. That's the Bishui staff. That's a little different. That one's not a bad staff, by the way. 105 damage and 10% crit chance. But I love the staff we have because it increases our damage, our defense by like 40. So it's really nice. So the staff that I'm referring to is only available in New Game Plus. But in order for you to get both the full set, which is the armor set, as well as the corresponding staff for the bullhorn, you do need to play through twice. So even if you just wanted to craft the armor set right now, you wouldn't be able to because you need a total of 6 bullhorns and you only get 4 per playthrough. So, you know, it definitely makes it a little difficult to do so. So once you actually craft the full set, it would take a total of 6 bullhorns and then 2 for the staff. So if you get 4 bullhorns per playthrough, you need 2 full playthroughs, so you can have the total of 8 bullhorns to craft the full set of armor as well as the staff. So there's a handful of other goodies you can get when you're playing through on New Game Plus anyways, including new staffs and things like that. So it's not bad. I mean, I think it's pretty fun to be able to do that. But anyways, let's go ahead and face off with the boss. And I'm going to show you guys a really cool glitch.
I brought him here. It's the destined one. Brother is not around. You can hand it over to him now. Brother will surely give up on his plan once it's returned. And then we will be a family again.
You mischievous monkey. You dare to push your luck, but always have a way out. Only you came back at the wrong time.
Are you not thinking straight, Father? I brought the destined one here to save you.
I may be unwell, but I am not blind. You are not my daughter.
How can you say that to me? I went through flames to find the destined one for you. For you, Father, don't you see?
I should have locked my eyes out to save me from your pretense.
So he saw through her disguise as well. I never did trust her, even from the beginning.
I'll see you shortly.
You could have enjoyed a good show, but you simply lack the taste.
This boss has 2 phases. If you defeat the red boy, and say you die in phase 2, you don't have to replay the first phase, so
How did you find out then?
it's pretty fair.
Unlike you, she has never needed to fake her respect for me.
Interesting.
Alright, so we have a pretty difficult fight up ahead. This particular phase isn't so hard. Phase 2 is incredibly difficult.
But first, I should burn you two together and mix your ashes to honor your friendship. Entertainment. That can wait.
So each particular, so one life bar, this phase, I should say, phase 1 consists of 2 phases, and second phase will begin once he reaches about half health, so. Completely missed, oh no, maybe not. In either case, not my favorite.
My fire point is after me.
He actually recovers pretty quickly, so smash stance isn't always going to be the most ideal for him. You can use fireproof mantle, I mean. Trying to just stack on the damage here, to be honest. Now just keep in mind that if you ever use a mantle, or a vessel I should say, and you transform, you'll lose the effect of it, so. He's gonna attack at 2s at a time usually. Well, actually it's 1 and then he goes to 2, so just back up as far as you can so you can get a pretty good view of it. And then once he gets kind of angry, he's gonna attack at 2 at a time. And then 3 for the final 2, so it's super annoying. Try and heal if you can. That's alright. I'm gonna use my transformation actually because he's doing all kinds of work on me right now. Try and stand in the fire, that always helps because that'll actually build up our skull crusher technique. Of course he's not being aggressive, which is awesome. Totally wasting our transformation here. Keep attacking me, big guy. There you go, good boy. Now we can get it off at sea. Nope, we weren't able to, it's fine though. He's a jerk. No problem, just be careful. When he starts spinning around, he's typically going to follow up with a fire-based attack, so just be careful. Mind the fire. That's why thrust stance is pretty decent. It allows you to kind of keep your distance. You can interrupt that attack as well, so. Immobilization at the very end, then we'll finish off with a light attack combo. And then use the Wandering White to mash his brains in. So now we have Phase 2. Phase 2, he grows to his true form, and he adds a lot more combos that can usually range upwards of 5 attacks. And he has a huge AoE attack that you want to get out of the range of by running or using your pillar stance if you're able to.
Since it came into my possession, I've kept it in my stomach, hidden from all.
This is the 5th relic of the Great Sage.
I am old now. Fears have grown in me. Fear of war. Fear of death. Fear of my wife. Fear of my son. That is why I dare not consume it, let alone give it back to him. Destined, deprived, it's all the same. Don't ever believe their bullshit. You are your choices, your causes and effects, not what you're called.
And now the red boy is going to transform to the Yaksha King.
Thanks to this false death talisman. Poor keeper. Seems his legacy was his only offer after all.
Beishui will help us out with a portion of this fight, but aside from that, he's going to skip out pretty soon, so.
No wonder not a single raindrop was fanned. It was your trick the whole time. My bad, old bull. I was a bit delayed. You little rascal. I'll teach you a lesson on your parents' behalf.
Alright, Cloud Step. And have him just go crazy in the decoy. Immobilize him as soon as you can to deal as much damage as possible. This guy's going to be crazy. He has a lot of 5 attack hit combos that stagger, so this is one of them. Again, this guy can deal tons of damage. When he comes to slam down, he's going to do an AoE attack. Okay, so he's not doing it yet. 1, 2, 3, and then he goes spins around and then shoots a little early. It's 5. Run away here because he's going to be using the AoE. And he can always do 2 rings if he wants to, depending on how pissed off he is. Heavy attack, immobilization. Go ahead and use our transformation here. This is going to help us survive this attack here once he gets to phase 2, which is about 75%. It's hard to dodge because there's the delays associated with it, but other than that, it's not the worst. It deals tons of damage, but once you get used to the delays, it's something you can dodge 3 out of 5 attacks pretty consistently, I'd say. When he only pulls out 1 sword, he's going to do 5-hit combo, then he's going to do a 5-hit combo with those. If you're too far away, he'll throw some rings at you, so get in close. 4, 5, so run away here. He can do a second ring if he wants to. Watch for the big follow-up strike. There you go, we can interrupt it if we want to. Back away, back away. Back away again. Jumping, running, heavy attack here. He's using one sword so we can run away. He's going to pull out 2 into a 5 attack combo. Remember, if you're too far away, he'll throw rings at you. If not, he ends the combo prematurely. And then 3, 4, 5. Sprint away. Alright, so it's 1 and then 2. 2's a little early though. And 1 more. There you go. That's an ugly combo. Like I said, you're gonna, as long as you can dodge the majority of them, you're in better shape than most. That was always one that was really killer for me. And just pluck him many to hopefully finish him off here. 3, 4, 5. And if he flies around, just watch for the slam down and the follow-up. That's a grab attack, a really unique grab attack actually. It's probably going to waste the entirety of our pluck of many, but it's still pretty cool to see. Probably wasted the whole benefit there.
How pathetic you are. I never sought to fight you. Yet you are ignorant of their manipulation.
Darn it, darn it, darn it. I wish that the pluck of many would have lasted. Yeah, it's gone. He canceled it. What a jerk. There you go, that's the Yaksha King. Defeated first try. Kind of a jerk, like I said. He's got tons of health. We'll watch this cutscene and then we'll end chapter 5.
Still holding on, despite it all. Does your vengeance weigh more than your family? Spit it out now! His relic!
My king, I'm sorry for my lateness. I turned to them, but none offered help.
My lady, forget it.
I implore you to show mercy and spare my son. He is the last of the Yaksha's bloodline in the West, with an origin most tragic and twisted. Now, he poses a threat no more. Should you grant him mercy, I, Rakshasi, and the Bull King shall retreat ourselves to secluded meditation. Along with our children, we will never leave the mountain again. He is our son. We will bear his punishment. If it pleases you, my plantain fan is also yours to take.
Flames have paved my way. Through flames, I shan't stray. Vain was my flame, for revenge destined to stray. That light lies in our submission, kneeling and begging.
So now we get the relic, the 5th relic. And if we don't complete the secret ending, or complete the steps to obtain the secret ending, we'll only end up with 5 relics and kind of a skewed version of the 6th relic. But if you follow this guide, I'm going to show you how to get the 6th relic.
Take this pair.
The Yakshas are the mightiest of the 8 legions, after all. Be your body hard as metal, meeting death in scores is inevitable. Yet, why did you endure the fish and those carts just as poorly? You rush like wind with a clouded mind. It's your desires that shape what you see. Had your mind been less unsettled, would you still have fallen for that child's play? Haste oft blinds while patience illumines. Next time, can you still fulfill as Wukong without budging?
So now we can skip through the tapestry. We obtained a new relic. Relic 5 of 6. The 6th and final relic is dependent on the ending you get. If you go through the normal ending, which I'll explain to you how to get that, you can simply obtain that 6th relic and then get the standard ending. But if you complete the steps for the secret ending, you'll obtain the true final relic. And I'll show you guys how to get that. Alright, we got the plantain fan, which is going to be fantastic. We got some celestial ribbons, some mythical materials, good stuff. A good haul indeed. We're going to go ahead and skip to the next chapter. And as we jump into chapter 6, what we're going to do is go straight to the Keeper's Shrine. And we're returning to Mount Wagwo, where the Destined One's journey began. And where Wukong, in his stone form, stone prison I should say, exists only in kind of memory and through his obsession to come back and be reincarnated. This is one of the best sequences in the game. You also get a new ability that can allow you to transport to different areas really quickly. This is also a really unique area in that you don't have to really be searching around for loot or treasure. It's just really like a boss rush type thing. Many optional bosses which we'll all complete and defeat. Aside from a single chest, there's not really any other loot in this area. But we will defeat the optional bosses, and of course all of the mandatory bosses as well, and we'll be gaining another mythical armor set. And this one of course is free, it just takes a little bit of hard work.
We're getting home, son. Not getting all worked up. Oh. That old monkey is going to be at the mountaintop no matter what. We don't have to rush. We've gathered the 5 relics, just as he said. All we need now is the 6th one he has.
Alright, so off we go. Run straight towards here, and of course we're going to be attacked by people from the Celestial Court. That means we must be on the right track, right?
I knew there was something that old fool hadn't told us. Otherwise, no one up above would... They're coming for you, no doubt.
Fortunately, we're super overpowered, and these guys are not a threat at all. This is more of like a sequence just showcasing how powerful you are more than anything. And it's just to slow us down before we get to the very first shrine of this area. Feel free to use whatever abilities you want. This is going to be one of those sequences where we're really just a few paces away from the Keeper's Shrine, so don't worry about it. Very good. Alright. I like how Baji just goes crazy after the enemies have been cleared out. It's very Baji of him. If you get in close, you can immobilize a bunch of enemies at once now. Oh, really? Alright. Now that we're here, we can peacefully and safely activate our relic, which is this grieved body right here. And this one right here considerably increases maximum health. Not a bad one to have, especially if you're going for survivability. We can apply whatever new sparks we want. So again, if we're going for defense, like we had been, the 4 Bane's resistance, we can do that as well. Critical hit damage, stamina recovery rate. Let's see. None of these are too important for now. Let's see if there's anything else. Reducing the stamina cost of charged heavy attacks, and then maybe even how quickly we can charge would be nice. There you go. And that'll be good for now in terms of us applying our points. We can rest. And then one thing we want to do is we're going to want to check the store. So rest. Check the store, see what all we can buy here. We got some more mythical materials. All the good stuff, very nice. And then we can see what's craftable now. We can craft some new armors. This is going to be the Yaksha Mask of Outrage. This entire set is incredibly nice looking, and it does allow you to deal more damage, but you receive a lot more damage as well. And when you have less health, you deal even more damage. So very interesting set nonetheless, but one you can certainly craft if you're into that kind of min-max kind of thing. So now what you can do is, now we've activated the relic, we've checked out the store. You want to ensure that you have the plantain fan. I thought it was plantain, but you can do the plantain fan equipped. And you can increase some additional damage or whatever you feel more comfortable with, honestly. Let's see here. Yeah, we're probably going to go with that for now, just some additional defense. You can always go for more attack or what have you, but honestly, even more focus point build up, that's fine. We'll go with that. If you want defense, there's nothing wrong with that. It's certainly going to reward you because these next enemies hit really hard, so don't you worry. So next thing you want to do is head over back to the Zodiac Village, talk with everybody there, and that'll be pretty much our final time that we stop by and speak with them until the next episode where we close out Chapter 6. We'll be facing off with lots of legendary bosses, obtain a full mythical set of armor, and obtain a mythical class weapon, and from there we'll be closing out the events of the game. But first, we'll be circling back to complete the last secret for Chapter 6, and we'll be good to go. So let's chat with everybody real quick and close this all out.
Self-refinement is the way to make golden pills.
Alright, request medicines, might as well get some free meds.
But be wiser than relying solely on them.
Alright, we can go to the store, see what he has to offer. So this is not bad to have either. Upon use grants resurrection. You can grab all those. So you can use it, and if you die, you will be able to essentially come right back to life. So it's really nice to have. Okay. Aside from that, we can now go back. You can make celestial medicines, actually. We have a handful of mind cores we just purchased, so go to the make medicines, celestial variety. We got max mana, max stamina, max defense. So you want to go crazy with those. Defense is definitely not a bad thing to have. These enemies will just completely melt your health bar. So maxing out defense, never anything to shy away from doing, especially at this point. Alright, max stamina. Love that. And then if there's another one we have left, we can use it for the mana. Very good. Look at that. We're getting all maxed out. Okay, now we can talk with Shen Monkey, see what his drunken self is talking about.
My destiny's course.
Cheers! Cheers!
Go to his store, see what all he's has available for us. We got the multi-glazed gourd. This is another mythical class gourd you can just purchase. And the last sip from the gourd will increase your attack power for a period of time. So, kind of situational. We also get a mythical drink called 1,000 Days Inebriation. This gives you 60% max health, but again, you won't be able to move very much. And then this will actually remove all 4 Banes. So this is going to be a soak you're going to want to have equipped. So if you ever get caught on fire, if you're frozen, poisoned, anything like that nature, or shocked, you definitely want to use it. A gourd, and it'll completely remove all the effects. So I equipped that almost immediately. It's called the Flower Primes. So really solid to have there. Again, at this point, if you're happy with your gourd usage and happy with the 30%, you can continue to just use that. If not, you can always change out to the Monkey Brew, which allows you to have an even additional soak. So either way, what we're going to end up doing, though, is changing this to the Monkey Brew for now. I'm going to change these out. We'll put the Turtle tier as well so we can get some additional health, and then the Rooster for movement, speed, and crit hit chance. So let's see, I did that wrong. Turtle soak and then the Rooster. There you go, perfect. So now we can see about what we can upgrade in terms of the gourds. The gourds are all maxed out. We can go to drinks. We don't have enough materials. On your next New Game Plus playthrough, if you upgrade this, it'll turn into the Jade Brew, which is a unique secondary mythical class brew. This is the Land Brew. You can upgrade as well. The only other one you can upgrade, and it won't go up to mythical at all. It just goes up another. It reduces the healing, but it increases the healing over time. So again, pretty interesting. Harvest the materials really quickly, and then give whatever seeds you have collected. Remember, it's a total of 15 different seed types. So if you count the plants that he's creating for you, you can see if you have all of them. Once he gives you, once you give him all seeds, which is the 15 seeds that are able to be obtained, then he will actually give you a secret final soak that you can equip. Alright, and then of course we can chat with this guy. If you need to craft armors or anything like that, you certainly can. He typically does not upgrade his store, so there shouldn't be anything else until New Game Plus. In terms of the crafting, we already have all the weapons and armor we need, so we're good to go. So now we can go ahead and warp back to the first shrine of Chapter 6. And what I wanted to show you next episode will be a really unique glitch that hasn't been fixed since I played through the game. So we'll see if it's been fixed at next stream, or next episode. So now just go ahead and go to Mount Wagwa. Go to the Verdant Path. And that's going to bring this episode to a close. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you found any value in this, or if it's helped you through at all, or helped you find secrets you didn't know were even in the game, please be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. It lets me know you want more content like this, and more importantly, it helps maintain and help me continue my dream of being a full-time content creator and makes it a reality. So thank you all so much for being the best part of my channel. Please be sure to check out the next episode by clicking these videos on screen. And if you want to support me in a more personal way, check out my Ko-fi page. Until next time, it's the Inhuman One, signing out.